Good afternoon, Key Stage 1, and welcome to our first lesson of the Gambia. Then this is a new geography topic, and we're going to be looking at a place in the Gambia called Serekunda. So do not worry at all if you think, where is Miss Walsh talking about? I have no idea, because that's the whole point of this topic, and we're going to do lots of learning. And I had no idea about Serekunda before I started planning this. So we should all be learning at the same time. So today's learning objective is quite a long one, quite a wordy one. It's to locate the continent of Africa, the country of the Gambia, and the urban area of Serekunda. And it sounds quite a big objective to cover today, but actually I know that we've already looked at continents before. So I think the first part of it will be relatively straightforward, and then we will find the country of the Gambia, and then inside the Gambia we will find the urban area of Serekunda. So to start with, I would like you to think about what is a continent and how many are there. So we've done this at school before, so have a think about what a continent is, how many are there. Some of you might be able to think, actually, which continent do we live in? Okay, can you name all the other ones? And we're going to start with singing the geography song. Okay, so I know that you all know this song really, really well. So hopefully, and I'm going to play it from the actual school computer because we've just worked out that you can't play something on the laptop and record at the same time. So hopefully it will be in time, but I'll apologise now if it isn't and it's a little bit out. So best singing voices at home and have a go. Did you know the land on the planet is divided into parts? There are 7 continents. Let's learn them all by heart. Oh, divided into parts. Oh, let's learn them all by heart. Come on, let's go. Tell me what you know. From the planet we live, we call it geography. It's good to Asia, Africa, North, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Asia, Africa, North and South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Did you know the water on the planet is divided into parts? There are 5 blue sparkling oceans. Let's learn them off by heart. Oh, divided into parts. Oh, let's learn them off by heart. Come on, let's go. Tell me what you know. From the planet we live, we call it geography. Southern Atlantic, Pacific and India, the Arctic Ocean is a little part. Southern Atlantic, Pacific and India, the Arctic Ocean is a little part. Southern Atlantic, Pacific and India, the Arctic Ocean is a little part. Southern Atlantic, Pacific and India, the Arctic Ocean is a little part. Africa, North, South America, Antarctica, Europe, Australia. Asia, Africa, North, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Asia, Africa, North, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Asia, Africa, North, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. So hopefully that has given you a little reminder about what a continent are, and then you've all got that there are 7 continents. So we are going to think about today about the continent of Africa, okay? So can anyone else at home name any African countries? So some of you might have been to different countries in Africa, some of you might not have been to different countries in Africa. Just see if you can you think of any names to different countries? And I know if we're in school, we've actually got a couple of children who are from different areas in Africa, so we could have used them if we were at school, in school. So just have a little think. And do you know any of the oceans surrounding Africa? If it's no, do not worry, we're going to have a little explore now. So we're going to find Africa and then the Gambia and then Serenkunda using Google Maps, okay? So you are welcome at home to have a play on Google Maps as well if you want to, as long as you've got a parent with you to help you. And when you log on to Google Maps, it will look like this. And you can type, so if I type in Africa to start with, it will then zoom you in to the continent. Oh, we don't want the pictures. Let's go and get rid of that. It will zoom you into the continent of Africa. I'm going to try and make that a bit smaller. Move it down, and there we go. This bit here is Africa, okay? And all these places that are labelled are actually countries in Africa. They're not all labelled on this map here, unless you zoom in closer, because there are 54 countries in Africa altogether, which is lots of countries within one continent, okay? So 54 altogether. And we're going to be focusing on then a place called the Gambia. So you can tell I've had a little play already with this. So the Gambia is this little place here. I'm just going to move that a minute. Ooh. Sorry, it keeps zooming in, doesn't it? Let me zoom out again. So the Gambia is over this side, so of Africa. So this part is like West Africa, and you can see the Gambia here. The Gambia is, if you have a look, the Gambia is this black line which is going all the way down here and around. It's really, really narrow, the Gambia. So actually, the Gambia, it's only from 10 to 30 miles long and wide in different places, but it's 300, nearly 300 miles long. So you can see it's really, really narrow, and you can see that on the map. But the funny thing about the Gambia, it's surrounded by another country, which is really strange. So all the way around the Gambia is another country called Senegal, okay? And that goes all the way around. But the country of the Gambia actually follows a river, and it goes all the way down through the country, okay? So in particular, then, we are going to be looking at Serenkunda, which is in the Gambia. It still keeps zooming in. And there it is. So there is Serenkunda. And you can see actually Banjul, which is the capital, which is just over this part of it. So hopefully at home you can see that. But please have a play on Google. And if you want to on Google Maps, you can also look at the United Kingdom as well. So you can check out where we are, and you can compare both of them if you have extra time just to have a look. Okay, so it's the United Kingdom. So that's the first part. If you couldn't get access to that and you were just following me, do not worry, because we're going to look at those maps in more detail now. So this is Africa, and on this map of Africa, we've got all 54 countries labelled, okay? And you'll probably be looking at going, there's no idea I know where the Gambia is, but it's this tiny little place over here, the little green line that you can see going in. And actually, the Gambia is the smallest country in Africa. So out of all of the countries in Africa, the Gambia is the smallest one. And then you can see that the pinky purple colour is Senegal, which is surrounding the Gambia. So we've zoomed in a little bit closer now, just to West Africa, so you can see all of West Africa. And then here we go, so a bit of a close-up view. Gambia is this little white line here. Senegal is going around. When you come back to school in a few weeks, we will then look at getting the atlases out so you can properly investigate this. And down over here, you might have noticed we've got the Atlantic Ocean. So in our song that we've just sung, we've just reminded ourselves of the 5 oceans, and the ocean that's around the Gambia is the Atlantic Ocean. And this is a really zoomed in picture of a map of the Gambia, and you can see Banjul is the capital, Serenkunda quite close to the capital, place that we're going to study over this half term. And all the way down here is the Gambia, and it follows the River Gambia going all the way down. And you can see the River Gambia and around. So I would like you to have a think about a few questions before I tell you what you're going to do today. So thinking about, how would you get to the Gambia first of all? So do you think you could drive? Do you think you might have to get there a different way? So have a good think. Hopefully looking at Google Maps that you might have had a clue about how you could get there, and I will show you in detail a little bit in a minute. But also, when you get to the Gambia, how do you think you're going to get to Serenkunda? How do you think you're going to travel there? And we're going to be thinking more about travel next week. Today's then, because we want to get through that really long learning objective of trying to find Africa, find the Gambia and find Senegal. Your first job today is that you are going to colour and label the 7 continents of the world. And then your second job on your second map is you're going to label the Gambia, Senegal and 5 other countries. You might need Google Maps to help you, or you might need to play back this video and pause it on the maps if that would help you. If you haven't got access to a printer at home, please do email in because we can print out these 2 maps, because it's really impossible to do today's lesson without printing out the map first. So I will show you then what your activities look like, hopefully. You have a map that looks like this. All the continents are already actually marked for you. All you need to do is put the right continent in the right box. So that's your first activity, and your second activity is locating the Gambia. So you've got a map of Africa with its 54 countries on. Can you find the Gambia? Can you find Senegal? And it also says, can you challenge yourself and find 5 other countries in Africa? You will need a map of Africa to help you with that. So you will need to either have the one on the video up, or you will need to use Google Maps to help you. And then number 2, your challenge is to name the Atlantic Ocean, the Gulf of Guinea, the Indian Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. So again, you will need a map to help you with that. But don't worry if you only get the first part of the question done, okay, for today. So we have looked, to the next slide, we've looked at this lots in school, so hopefully this will help you. And the first question I said to you is, how would we get from where we live to the Gambia? Okay, hopefully you can realise by looking where we are and going down, we will probably need to go on an aeroplane. Okay, so that is today's activities. Any questions, please do email in and we can get back to you on them, and we hope you enjoy it.